What's going on, guys? Omar here with 68 Charger Garage. Welcome back to the page. So on this episode, we're finally going to start working on the 68 Charger again. Finally done with COVID, finally done with my foot injury and back from vacation. So I'm ready to get started on this. So let me show you all what we're going to be doing today. Pretty much what still needs to be installed is obviously the entire wiring harness and the ECM unit. I have everything right here. That is going to be the last thing I do. I was gonna install the headers next, but what I think I'm gonna do is first install all the pedals in case I need extra room back there. I won't have to worry about it too much with the header out of the way. And then also this little guy right here for the clutch. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing right now. Hopefully I can get a lot of it done. And then by the end of this episode, I'm gonna be one step closer to getting this car back on the road. So the first step to removing the original brake pedal was just to remove this vent right here. I'm gonna clean it really well and then before I put it back on. So let's go on to the next step. I just unbolted this little bracket right here. This one's gonna come right off. And then I'm gonna have access right there to the nut that holds the bolt for the pedal. So I'm gonna pull that out. They provided this side bracket right here, which is gonna go essentially against the firewall right here. And then there is already a pre-threaded nut on the brake bracket or the brake housing right here where my thumb is. Luckily, I don't know if you can see, but there's already little indentions where it's gonna go on the firewall. So I'm going to go ahead and punch it from the inside and then try to get it on that end. So I just finished essentially making the two holes on the firewall. And the other hole is right there. You can see the little nut on the other side welded on there. We're on day two. Essentially I had to come to a stop because I had family in town, so I wasn't able to really work on my car until today. So it's been about a week since I started the pedal project. I'm about to mount the brake pedal, and then I'm gonna put in the clutch and get all the assembly ready. And then also I'm gonna start finding some guiding holes to be able to put in the accelerator pedal on the firewall. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. All right, so the brake pedal is in. Hopefully I don't have to make any more adjustments because when I measured it and compared it to my other brake pedal, it seemed to have the exact same measurements as far as where the hole was and everything. So everything's in. I'm about to start putting in the clutch pedal. I just put in the clutch pedal through the pivot pin and then the little side bracket that holds the clutch pedal in place, which is right here. It slid right through. Clutch bracket is installed. You can see that bolt right there. And then I have two other nuts on this side. The bolt is on the other side of the firewall. Pretty much we have a free range of motion, and then the brake is adjusted. The only thing I need to do now is just put in the bracket back on this side that I removed to get to the nut for the brake to be able to remove all the pedals. And so we should be good to go. All right, guys, so this bracket is back on. It's loose on there. I just had to put in this nut right here. And then it does have this bolt that goes through the steering column, and then this other bolt right here that attaches to pretty much like just a reinforcement for the steering column. So I just have to bolt these on and tighten them, and then should be good to go. I started trying to mock the accelerator pedal to see how it was gonna fit. And I ended up finding a pretty flat spot on the firewall that I tried. The only thing I did was I trimmed a little piece of the plastic off on the bottom. That way it sits flush. And it seemed to work. I ended up bolting it on just to try it out. And it seems to work, so I'm probably just gonna leave it on there for now. If I need to change it, I will. But as far as the pedal, I sat and tried it and it seems to be working. And whenever I do this, I still have about an inch clearance between the floor and the pedal. So I'm just gonna leave it on there for now. And then next thing is just to start putting in the clutch hydraulics, and that's about it. All three pedals are in: the gas pedal, brake, and then obviously the clutch. The next thing I need to do is just punch out this little grommet right here. And then from there, I'm gonna be able to start installing the master cylinder for the clutch. So the master cylinder is going to be installed like this on the engine side. What I'm going to do right now is just remove this little plate right here. That way I can use it as a guide and punch the holes from the inside since the engine's already installed. And that should make it a little bit easier for mounting the holes and all that stuff. I just finished making the holes and I'm putting the bolts through now. Hopefully once I bolt it down, I can start adjusting. The master cylinder is bolted on. It's good to go. On this end, I went ahead and put the little reservoir, and then everything is set up on this side, see if you can see it. So yeah, right there, everything is bolted on and good to go. And so pretty much at this point, all I really need to do is start adjusting the clutch, and then at that point I can start putting in fluid. Clutch is installed and it's working freaking awesome. I don't know if you can tell, but pretty much right there where it almost touches, I had to grind it just a little bit because it was rubbing a little bit. So now I have like pretty good clearance and everything seems to be working. Clutch, the brake pedal, and then the gas pedal are complete. Pretty much while I was working on the pedals, UPS guy came over and he brought this present over here, this gem. So that's gonna be after I get everything installed. We're gonna be putting the vintage air in, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, don't forget that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys.